Uh, bond market kind of woke up on that number. That exceeds what the production of, I think, Saudi Arabia. They're producing 9 million barrels a month. I don't know if it's a month or a day. I'm not quite sure. Probably a month. And we're producing 13 million. So we are outproducing Saudi Arabia in oil. First time. It's the most we've produced ever, I think, as far as oil is concerned. United States. So, first time. PMI 47.9 versus 48.4. Bond market liked it a little. Bond market, that numbers are good again. We're on the lows here. Next support level we have is down at the 65. And patience is important. Upside, you can see it kind of bounced off of our blue band there. You're looking to get short there a bit. I think you're very aggressive, but it was right on the number, so it's kind of hard to do anything there. We like to stay flat when those numbers are released, so see what happens here. $65 downside support. Number construction spending at 9 o'clock, top of the hour. And a nice little quick rotation against our first support level there at 78. Now we're just kind of bouncing around here. See where next opportunity presents itself. Again, we could have gotten short if you were very aggressive around the blue band there at 82 on that rotation after the number. If you wanted to get short, otherwise we're flat and don't have anything on. And everybody here has different risk tolerances. We try not to trade on opinion. That usually gets us in trouble. We try to let the market gives us our entry points. That way, at least we have a good reason to trade. Opinion is not a good reason to trade usually. Again, we're trading technically here, so we kind of let the market kind of give us those opportunities versus our own opinions. Not that we're stupid or anything. It seems like, futures trading kind of sometimes does its own thing when it wants to, and doesn't really care about our opinion. Unfortunately, or else we'd all be making money all the time. So consequently, we try to have no opinion and trade what the market is giving us or not. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, but whatever situation may be, we always have to be patient. All right. So we're kind of hanging here on these lows. Our next level that we're looking at is up at the down at the 65 area, and then the upside. Really, we don't have anything. I mean, again, the blue band there was a trade if you were aggressive. Maybe again, if you were very aggressive and want to get short. If we go back up there. Otherwise, I'd look at the 92 area as my first resistance. Patience is important, as you can imagine. Right, bonds here working up here a little bit. They're been knocked down here a touch. You would think that with the geopolitical situation, the fact that they're and those oil prices are up, that you know America's shooting at some boats. They're sending Iran sending some warship over there. A warship. I heard that the warship, by the way, it was built in 1969. So good luck to that situation if that ever decides to shoot on an American ship. All right, we're just kind of bouncing on these lows. Bonds are perking up here a bit. Do have a number coming out here at the top of the hour. See if that gives us any opportunity. Again, we focus on the morning hours to give us our opportunities to trade. So that's what we are focused in on. All right. All right, kind of hanging here on these lows. Our support level on the downside is down at the 65 area. Again, we have to show some patience here and waiting for opportunities to trade. Okay, for those of you who did trade the 74, just saying. Now, you would have to think that because of the volume, that today's action is probably more important than Fridays. Yeah, Friday's action. Friday's action, light volume, nice big break. You know, taking some profits. You could have said before the end of the year. Blah blah blah. And they rallied it a little bit towards the end of the day on Friday, but then this morning with the follow through here with the tensions and everywhere, market's under a little bit of pressure. The yield on the tens is at around 396 on the tens. It's up 10 basis points. That's a lot. I mean, given the fact that the bond market is down, so it makes sense. But yeah, they're very low considering where they were. Made a pretty amazing move there in the bond market, to be honest with you. But again, we reacted accordingly. We rallied a lot, so usually we get inverse trade when things are quote unquote normal, but we're not at a normal stage yet. It'll take us a while to get there, whatever normal means these days. If you look at the chat, you'll see the levels that we gave out this morning. They're there as a guide to the day. We use those. We can tweak those a little bit. We can adjust those a little bit. We can even cancel some of them depending on the price action. Obviously, everything depends on price action and how the market moves, and that gives us our indications of where our next opportunities are going to be placed. And that also includes our trades, whatever trades that we're looking for. And we kind of, like I said, oh, somebody's messing around with 1,000 lots flipping around back and forth here. What is that all about? Weird little move there. And now he's off. Anyway, so yeah, so we kind of let the market kind of tell us or dictate where our next opportunities are going to be. He's coming in with some weird numbers. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Don't mind questions. All right. I mean, if somebody was trying to buy some bonds, I mean, some S&Ps there. It'll create this little pop back up here. I don't know if you noticed there were a couple thousand lots in there, and then popped it up, put the 1,000 in, cancel it, did it again. So we'll see if we get. We have a number in about a minute here, so maybe they knew what the number was. But we're flat now, looking at this number. Coming back up here to the pivot area. I would say see number come out and see what happens. Not a big number, but maybe we're just waiting for the numbers to be released and then they'll make their move. Upside is at the 92 area. All right, numbers out. They really didn't do anything as far as the bids and the offers are concerned, but it is creating a little push up here. Whoever was buying them down there definitely caught everybody a little bit short, I think. All right. Again, upside is the 92 area. That's what we're focused in on. Coming right back up here to our pivot. And we're upside resistance at 92. We tested our first support level there and had a nice little bounce off it. Went down to 74. Our friendly 74 worked very nicely if you were very aggressive. And don't ask me why 74 works. Construction spending 04 versus 06. So again, that's a small number. Both of those numbers are small. They really didn't. The bond market did get affected by the PMI number. It rallied just a little bit. And I don't think that number was, well, you can't say that it didn't really create a slow rally up here, but somebody did make some buying up. It did do some buying down there, the 80, 77, 78 area. And it kept it going here with this number. So now we're looking at the 92 area above as our first level of resistance on the upside. you were very aggressive. There was a little buying opportunity above the 83. All right, so we don't have any more numbers coming out this morning. And continue to slowly uptick here. We're looking at the 92 area above. Yeah, they are having a little tough go there in Japan, right? Had a nasty earthquake, 7.5, I think, or 9 on the Richter scale, and then nasty little plane crash that hit, collided with another plane on the as it was landing. Um, People on the plane that was landing survived, like 300 people or whatever. But I think like 3 or 4 of the it was a Coast Guard plane that they hit. A couple of people died there. Crazy, right? I guess when it rains, it pours, right? That's about all you can say about that. All right, well, we got up to 87-ish. Came off here a bit. We're looking at the 92 above. Just kind of hanging around our pivot area here at 85. All right. Again, range bound here a little bit. We kind of covered this range. We're in the middle of this range. It's also happens to be our pivot. Just kind of having to be a little bit patient here. See what happens. Very, very quiet trade. We had a little bit of movement in the morning, and then we just kind of hung out.
No, Pat, I haven't been on a 2-month cruise. I've been working on everything else. Everything around here breaks at the same time.
What's up, man? Happy New Year.
The same to you, Saul. Did you and the dog celebrate?
Oh, please. As soon as they told me I could take him back home, he was in the car 2 seconds later. Boom. I'll tell you. But I mean, we did get lucky. It was the weather was warm, so it wasn't so bad taking him out. It did rain a couple times, but hey, it is what it is. But but he went back right away. He was good though. I mean, for whatever. It's just taking care of him. Yeah, the thing is, it's like I can't like sit down and eat because he's like in my face. He wants food. Like if I'm sitting down and eating, he's like, okay, what's my stuff on your plate for me? I'm like, nothing, except he just sits there and just hounds me. And so I'm like eating standing up. I don't sit down. It's like, he sits in my spot on on the couch, and it's like, okay, he takes over the house. I mean, that's it. I mean, he should. I mean, but, he should, but not for me. Now I know why I never had a dog. I mean, and considering we've never had a dog, I don't know what my daughter's doing with a dog. But hey, what can I tell you? But hey, and then he has a little baby, right? And the thing is that the dog sits there by his seat that he eats in, and he's eating his food. Every time he puts his hand down with food in it, it's gone.
It cleans him up.
Cleans him up. I mean, he loves feeding time for the baby because he's sitting there just waiting for him to drop something or, put something over the edge of the table, and boom, it's in his mouth. I'm like, I'm telling my daughter, you got to control him. Yes, yes. She just says bad dog, and then he does it again. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good discipline for you. What can I tell you? All right, you've been training today, or you haven't started yet?
Oh no, I've traded a little bit this morning.
Okay, good. Good to hear. Yeah, it's just I thought we were going to get a little bit busier, and then all of a sudden they just kind of drove it back to the middle of this range, and now they're just kind of hanging here.
I don't know what it is about the first of the year. I'm just not too interested in it.
Mm-hmm. It's always a little bit more volatility, that's for sure. The volume's already doubled to what it was last week and the week before, so it's moving around a little bit. That's all we can say. And the break is probably good. What's the VIX? You know what the VIX is?
Yeah. Just a second. Let me pull this out of the way. Let's see here. VIX is 1387. Man, y'all got high volatility today.
Yeah, it's yeah. Can you imagine what it was last week? It's probably in the 12s before that little break. Yeah,
I sure missed that 25.
yeah, it's 25. You don't miss the 12 and 10.
No.
Yeah,
I'd go outside and I'd work in the shop a while, and I'd come back in. And I'd look at it. And I'm going back outside. I don't think
yeah,
it moved when I left.
yeah, yeah. It was slow. I mean, it did move actually on Friday. Did have some movement on Friday. They kind of broke it down again. Probably have to take care, Maureen. Probably because end of the year, taking some profits. And then they rallied it as the day went on, but it was a little bit busy. But then also the volume was very light. I mean, there was like nothing in there. So anyway, so we're just kind of drifting here, kind of range bound, kind of going nowhere fast now. So patience is important. Upside is at 92. We already tested the downside support there at 78, and then our next downside support is down at 65. 74 worked nicely if you do take it there, huh? Amazing how that 74 works. And it's the low of the day.
I'll be glad when you figure out why it works.
No, I'm not smart enough to. I just know that
I just,
given that up right away. That's the thing. People ask me, why. I don't know why this stuff works all of a sudden. I think everybody I don't know why the 74 worked. That's our thing, because I've never heard anybody else say it's 74. But some of the other technical stuff, obviously, should work as everybody looking at it. Kind of see the same thing. Not random. Let's put it this way.
yeah. Well, you got snow on the ground?
On the grass.
On the
It-
grass.
yesterday, just a little bit in the morning, and then kind of rained the rest of the day. So that just on the grass, and then that was off. So kind of very, very warmish kind of winter so far.
Do y'all have usually after Christmas, first of the year, we have what we call an Indian summer around here, where it warms up. You think spring is sprung.
Well,
It'll last 3 or 4 days, 5 days maybe. Then look out.
I would say that comes in February around here, if it's going to come at all. Usually January and February are the coldest months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, it just seems like it's kind of cool, and all of a sudden it warms up. You think, oh, spring is sprung, and all of a sudden, then the bottom falls out of it.
Yeah. Well, no, I wish I could say that here. I mean, considering, I don't know, we're in this definitely a warm cycle because it's been so. I mean, considering it's been above average the temperatures, but we're waiting for, and we're almost like this is almost like our Indian summer because it's like weird. I mean, beginning of the December it was in the 50s and 60s. I mean, that's kind of strange for us,
Yeah.
But so yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care. Every day that goes by without snow is one day closer to spring. That's how I look at it. And then we're trading the March contract, so that's another springy thing. That's how I always think about it. So we're trading the March contract, so spring is just around the corner.
Every day when I come to the farm, there's one road I have to turn down, and that road is usually just almost east and west. And you just don't realize how much that sun moves between December and July 4th.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, for
You know,
sure.
like now it's to the south, way to the south, and July 4th, it'll be way to the north. It's
All
kind of
right.
like, man, this thing really does move a bunch.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think the sun moves. I think we move.
Yeah, we move, but
Yeah.
it's amazing how much it tracks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why we get that warm summer, and we just it's amazing. It does happen.
Yeah. I guess we don't pay much attention to it.
No, but you keep us informed.
No, okay.
You definitely keep us informed with that kind of stuff, and grateful for it, because I would never look at the sun and say, hey, it's so much more this way or that way. I would never, but that's what you do. That's why
The
you're
sun
you.
the sun's usually coming up when I'm headed out this direction, and you start being aware. Well, one day it's hit me on the left side of my face, and a few weeks later it's on the right side. I'm going, man, did it track?
Like, I would never ever think about that, but hey, that's. I mean, you're down in Texas. That's what you guys think about.
Yeah. What I think about is the guys that used to go cross country and they didn't even have a compass. They just used, the sun's coming
So,
up. It's kind
right.
of like, man, that could throw you a long ways off. You keep following the sun.
Well, yeah. Well, but they also must have known what time of the year it is, also, right? They have
Uh,
to.
I would hope so.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they were very smart people back then without all this technology. Now we all rely on technology to get us through anywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
people can't read a map now because they have,
What's a map?
yeah, they just put it in the address on their phone, and then they take them to wherever they want to take them. It's like this one kid I coach with. He's 17 or 18, and so I tell him, so do you know how to get to wherever we're going? And he goes, yeah, I just put it in my phone. I'm like, okay, but if I told you you go west or east, would you know what I'm talking about? He goes, no. I'm like, oh, great. That's terrible. That is terrible.
You can't hardly find a map anymore.
No, you don't need one. It's on your phone. Everything's on your phone. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Your phones are, oh, except for you. You don't have, you still have a flip phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry about that.
Uh,
Even on the new flip phones,
that's okay.
even on the new flip phones, you can actually probably get get that information. I actually saw an ad. They advertised on Verizon for a flip phone, one of the old flip phones that I had. I was like, "What? A flip phone?" Yeah, but they advertised for a flip phone.
Yeah, you can still get them.
Yeah, they're out there.
I've traveled a certain, say, from here to Dallas and back. I've just gone about every way you can go, and I pretty well know the quickest way to get there. Now, if you turn on Google, Google sits there and says, well, this is not the way to go.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I'm going, well, Google, you go your way and I'm going mine.
that's right. Well, down there, yeah, definitely. You got all the roads just figured out. You know how to get from one place to the other down there. Yeah,
And
but it's also so vast. I mean, Texas is so big. You know, I mean, it's not like at any other state. You have so much land and space.
yeah, from here
Area.
to Dallas is 5 hours.
Yeah. So, and Dallas is what, in the middle of the state?
Uh, Kind of in the upper northeast,
Oh, still the upper
northeast
part of the
corner.
state.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost Oklahoma. You're not far from Oklahoma when you get to Dallas.
Yeah. Well,
Another hour, hour and a half. But from my side of Texas all the way out to El Paso is like 13 hours. I can leave here and drive to your house in 13 hours.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty amazing.
You know, we can leave here and go across Louisiana in a little over 4 hours.
Yeah.
And that's in the wide spot.
Yeah, the Illinois is longish.
Yeah.
It's like 7, 8 hours to go from top to the bottom.
I can't imagine driving from top to the bottom of California.
No, no, it'll take days. Well, no, maybe. Yeah,
Depends on the traffic.
yeah, that's true. See here. Yeah, obviously the reason that the volume decreases in the last December is usually a slow month, and it's simply because um, once the FOMC stuff was released and the unemployment number, they pretty much people go on vacation and kind of close their books trading, and they're pretty much done for the year. And then I think as soon as we get back in January, you can see that the volume today is already a lot more than it was over the last few sessions. Except we were a little bit busy on Friday, but even still, the volume wasn't as great as it has been, as it will be. So definitely, after I would say that some people, schools, are still on vacation this week because of the way the New Year's kind of fell out on a Monday, and they probably take last week and this week off. And so I think if you're looking for volume to increase, the levels where there are a lot or tradable, a lot more, would probably be after next week, only because of the way most people would be on vacation still this week as well. It's because a lot of schools would be off this week as well. So that's how you look at it. I think traders, who are trading, also closed the books, like I said early in December. They had a good year. They're probably done trading for the year and just kind of banking everything up and waiting for more volume to come on. As far as positions are concerned, we are scalping, so we're not putting on any positions to hold overnight or anything like that. We are just taking advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. Based on levels we gave out this morning, we will try to repeat the levels for you. We had our first support level that got triggered at 78, and we had a nice little rotation. We're actually scalping the market versus position trading, and there are the levels for you in the chat that you see, and those we use as a guide to the day. So we're just trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market versus trying to position ourselves for any long-term move. We're scaling. We're scalping the market based on volatility and volume. And right now we're looking for about 2 or 3 points on our trades. We're looking at about 4 to 5 trades on average. Support levels, sub levels or support levels, and our RES, our resistance areas. So we drifted down to our first support level there at 78 on the initial move down to those lows, and had a nice rotation off of that level, give us 2 or 3 points. And then we've just kind of traded in a little bit of a range. We never got triggered on the upside resistance there at 92. We got up to 89 and change, and then came off. And so now we're just trading in a little bit of a range where we're not really doing anything. Support, sure. That's where we believe that the market will give us a short-term opportunity to. We're buying that level because it's a support area, and we're looking for a rotation off of that support area to give us a little scalping opportunity.